And then number 3.
On Hit Film 4. I'm just dumping vlogs of Movie Maker. I was editing through our borderline footage.
I think I can get it, but let me,
We're about to go shoot a whole bunch. And then... What happened with that chick that you just chased out of this fucking room?
It's a girl that I used to know. I used to work with her, and she's really cool. So, like, anyways, like, she leaves, and then I just, like, jet following, you know, trying to, like, catch up to her. And then I was just like, hey, you know, let's grab a coffee. Like, I haven't seen her in a while. And then she's like, yeah, sure. Like, hey, here, I know you were hitting me up on Messenger and everything. I was like, just give me your number. And we'll just meet up, you know. So she grabs my number and everything. And then I grab her number. And then I just text her right now. So we'll see if she hits me back up.
Yeah, we're just video editing in the library, and Lindy still has to hit up the girls. What a fucking monster this guy is. What a monster. All right. So I'm going to pack up right now, and we're going to go out and film a whole bunch of stuff for Pickup Daily and Social Q Nation. And then it's off to the mall for day game, massive infield extravaganza.
What?
Just footaging your face. Yeah, so I just dropped Lindy off. I just shot 2 more Pickup Daily videos. He just shot a couple of more Social Q Nation videos. And now I'm going to go have dinner with my ex-bouncer friend, James Dermengian. We're going to go to the local Vietnamese soup place, so that's going to be fucking awesome. I wanted to talk to you real quick about what I was learning today while I was doing video editing. I think, like, video editing has been probably one of the coolest things I've been doing with my life, because I'll go out, I've been doing infield for the last 5 days, where I go out and just try to get, you know, me talking to a girl on camera. That's just like the goal. It doesn't have to be all crazy, I don't have to pull a phone number or whatever, it just has to be there on camera. And so I'm learning a lot about how, not only my game, like how I'm approaching, like the words I'm saying, but watching, why do I not have a rear view mirror? What's going on here? But yeah, but watching myself, you know, warm up and become, you know, how long it actually takes me to get into the flow of things and how rocky the first approach is and all that stuff. Having that on camera is super valuable, because when I'm cutting through the footage, I'm like, oh yeah, well I can see this from the outside that it wasn't what was going on in my head, and you can sort of readjust and recalibrate to reality that way, and that's fucking awesome. So I recommend going out and filming with your buddies, because, you know, if you have wingmen and you guys are going out to meet chicks anyway, you might as well film it. And what we do is, we used to run like all sorts of crazy camera equipment, and we had wireless mics going back and forth, crossing channels, and all this stuff, right? And cameras, we had to hide them in like little shopping bags, and, you know, to make it so it wasn't so obvious. But now, because the quality of the phones has come up, it's just substantially. I've got like a Galaxy S6, and they got iPhone 7s and stuff. You can take 4K video of what's going on, and no problem. Actually, I can't do 4K now. I think I'm a 1080p, but I had the LG V10, and that was doing 4K. It was pretty awesome. The phones have really good video stabilization. They have really good color correction and white balance, and so you can just, as long as you get in sound okay, then you can just film, and it's good enough, right, for infield stuff. Now, I mean, if you look at guys like James Marshall and Mihao, and, you know, they're doing like really hardcore infield with really good cameras, like, yeah, that's different, because they're teaching pickup like for a living on YouTube, you know. But when you're doing your own review, you don't need that good of stuff. Like, you don't need that high quality stuff. You just need to be able to see yourself from an outside perspective, hear the words you say, see your vocal tonality and pauses and stuff from a from a distance, and that's just good enough. So here's what we do: one of us will hold our own phone and video the other guy, and then the other guy has his video on, and then the sound from that side we can use. So basically, I use a program called Background Video Recorder on Android, and then they have one for iPhone. But you can also just use a regular camera. But Background Video Recorder makes it so that your screen is a normal phone screen. So when you go to number close, you don't have to like exit out of a video camera screen, right? So yeah, so I just leave it running for the hour or two that we're at the mall, and it just records the whole thing, which you can kind of cut down before you do the export later. But the guy who's doing the approach, their phone is catching the sound, and the guy who's doing the filming, his phone is catching the approach from the outside. And if you do it, with two other friends, you can actually have two angles in the video, which is awesome. Sometimes because I have the background video recorder on, I'll hold the phone in a way that the camera's still pointing at me and the girl, but because I sort of gesticulate with my hands a lot when I talk, it's useless because the footage is like rah, rah, rah. But yeah, so just a quick tip on that, like check that shit out, because it's just killer. You get to see what's going on in your own game and sort of look at the reality of the situation. Like, I did this, she responded like that, rather than the made up shit in your head about how the approach went, or all the feelings that she might have been having. Because you can see like these little ticks in her behavior, and just how she's responding to you, and the timing. When you look at it from the outside, it's like, oh yeah, no, she actually was not into me at all. Like, you can just feel it. And yeah, so check that out. Yeah, so I was thinking about goals for 2017. I'm really going to take over the whole social media thing. I'm following a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk's concepts, reading all of, like, basically just doing everything he's telling me to do. And I'm really focused on, I was trying to explain to a buddy yesterday. He texted me. I've been getting a lot of these lately because my Facebook feed is sort of inundated with the ads that I'm doing for Pickup Daily. And they're all just tester things. I'm just throwing all the shit out in these communities, see what sticks in the wall. And Pickup Daily is really about me and my journey to become this guru type. I don't want to be a guru or whatever, but to become the type of person who's known for giving information to the world, and trying to help people better their lives. And it's weird. I've been getting a lot of guys hitting me up, 4 or 5, that think that they know something about YouTube, or think they know something about social media marketing, and they're like, oh, I'm going to help you out. Like, here's some criticism, blah, 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 blah. And, it comes from this place of hey, I know you're doing your thing over there, but, I probably have some insight that I'm going to help you out with. It's like, yeah, well. James Domination and his brooding backlit. Is this Korean or Japanese place? Shabu place. And we're about to talk about some deep hardcore shit that doesn't belong on YouTube. So.
Secret members only stuff. That's right.
Well, that was good. We talked about a whole lot about some hot, badass philosophical stuff that may or may not make a massive difference in both of our next actions. But it's time to go do some video editing. Too much work. I think Lenny's over it too. Yeah, so my Google Apps domain is like legacy, and so it's having problems connecting to Google Plus, and it wants me to pay lots of money to do that, and so now I can't comment on YouTube. I dealt with all these help sections and stuff, and so I'm trying to make it in the YouTube infrastructure. Onward.